Many prayers were answered as rescue teams located and safely brought 8-year-old Nanti Nimi to his family. Nimi had been lost in the woods of the Porcupine Mountains Wilderness State Park for 49.5 hours.
He was found at approximately 1:30 p.m. Central Time today by some local search and rescue personnel sheltering under a log. And he had been circling that particular area yesterday and for part of last night.
He was in a zone rescue teams had already searched. However, because Nimi was walking in a circle around the area, rescuers didn't spot him initially. The rescue team that eventually found Nimi included Eli Talsma and Matthew Tingstad. According to Tingstad, he saw and reported tracks at 6:30 Sunday night, 2 miles from South Boundary Road. He also says that Nimi was found around 300 yards from this location.
Then today we proceeded and I called up a couple of friends that I know that are pretty capable of getting around in the woods. We devised a plan first thing this morning and we executed a plan and we found the subject.
Talsma says that the group 50 yards to his east started calling out for Nimi and discovered him. A friend of Nimi, he was brought in to be a familiar face for if he was found.
As soon as I heard that, I just grabbed my bag that was on the ground and I started sprinting over to him. And I get over this little tiny hill and all I see is this little tiny white sweatshirt, and he goes, "Eli?" And I just ran up over to him and I gave him the biggest hug, and I was so relieved once I saw him.
Talsma used a carrier pack to transport Nimi out of the woods due to his fatigue. On the way back, Nimi told them about what had gone on during his time alone. This included following blue marks on trees and spotting search helicopters.
One night he was sleeping and he said a helicopter flew over him and woke him up. And then the next day when he was standing walking around, a helicopter flew over him. And he was like, "Yeah, the guy was wearing a green helmet."
Nimi left with his family to go home to Hurley after his rescue. Wickstrom notes that Nimi was found in good health and unharmed, and asked to call his mom to reassure her once he was found.